somebody that just probably did a very terrible thing in their lives asked a very important question. What is government if words have no meaning? I think that this is more than what people are really reading into. They're seeing it often as like what I'm seeing from comments is that it's some kind of a psychotic, weird, deranged question. But I think what he's really asking is, what is government without all their rhetoric, without all their propaganda, without all their reasoning? What is the government's actions? What is government without any words at all? And I can only summarize government without all of their reasoning if I start when a baby is born. Baby's born, it gets its papers, it gets its birth certificate forced upon it. It gets a social security number forced upon it. Often the propaganda from government and government institutions get the baby loaded up with vaccinations. As a child ages, it gets more and more vaccinations to meet the requirements to get into government public schools. And the public school, the government teaches its curriculum to the child and its propaganda. It's forced to say the Pledge of Allegiance to a republic while the school's teaching the child that it lives in a democracy. As a child ages, it begins to want to have a driver's license, and they get a driver's license, and the government forces that on them. They have to have a driver's license to drive around. In order to drive around, the government forces you to have an inspection sticker, which includes various features that it forces you to have in your car, such as seat belts, tags, lights, horn, windshield wipers, exhaust, ODB2 computer readouts, you name it. There's thousands of things on an inspection. And you think about the tags, you're forced to pay that from the government. All you want to do is travel. As you get a little older, when you're a male, you're forced to register your body, your person, with the government for a draft, where the government can use you as some type of a cannon fodder for all of its corporate warfare that it engages in. As you work through your whole life, you are forced to pay an income tax, an illegal income tax, and you're earning a currency that the government dictates the value that your currency is, and you save this up your entire life as the government inflates away your retirement savings. And finally, when you die, the government's waiting there with their hand out, ready to collect from you, so that you can't give your hard earnings to your children. And I'm not including so many things, other things the government does, like forcing licensing on people, forcing different business licensing that you need, forcing different business taxes and tariffs, and I'm not talking about all the wars and the death it causes. I'm not talking about so many other aspects that the government does. I can only tell you mainly what it does through our lives, and I truly believe the government is a self-imposed master on the people. The government thinks that we are cattle. It thinks that we are cows roaming around in a pasture, and our only freedoms is to move over to the next little patch of grass. It's sad, but without their reasoning, you see how many things throughout your life they are there grabbing at you for. And they take so much from you. And basically, I believe that's the answer to this young man's question, is the government is self-imposed masters. They basically put their authority over you and make you feel that you are subservient to them, and that's your only choice in life. You have to always work from your master. What do you want, master? And this young man goes off and he decides that the solution for this is to start shooting people, including a little 9-year-old child that never had a choice on anything in her own life. And this is primarily why, I tell people, and people go, what's the solution for this? I tell them, it's never violence. It's not going to win anything. And I don't frankly think there is a solution to this problem, this oppression. It's just going to get worse and worse, and that's life. I don't think that we're going to be able to gather enough people around to vote these people out of office. I don't think that we're going to be able to convince the masses. I think the TV has done that. I think the nations have been deceived, and we're just going to get what we get. The only thing that we have a choice on right now is to prepare for the worst. So anyway, I just thought I'd answer that person's question, and I'll talk to you next time.